Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about life insurance. I know not a topic that everyone likes to visit, but then this is one important topic which we need to take care of when we think about our personal finances. This is also the third vehicle that I mentioned in my previous video for tax-free investments. Now, I'm going to touch upon whether you need life insurance or not, how you decide that. If you need life insurance, what kind of life insurance you should go for. And this is going to be a series of videos. So in my first video today, I'm just going to talk about the differences in life insurance products in India versus Canada. And in my subsequent videos, I'll touch upon the other topics. Now let's go to India. In India, I was just a consumer of all the financial products and I had absolutely no idea what life insurance was. Of course, I knew that, basically you pay a premium and your beneficiaries get a coverage when you die, that basic stuff, right? But I didn't know the importance of life insurance. I didn't know whether I need it or not. And I was young, I was just your average working class Joe that had just joined the workforce and I didn't have any dependents. So I just thought that, well, if we need, we'll do it later, kind of a thing. In India, you basically have two kinds of life insurance products. One is where you invest basically with insurance, and the investment premiums that you pay could be tax deductible under 80cc. Just the tax deductible portion is the attraction factor of the insurance products. And if you actually see the investments that products deal with, they give almost laughable rate of returns at the end of the day. So when you join the workforce, generally you have a lineup of people waiting to come to your home and explain these products to you. And more often than not, we go for it just for these 80cc deductions or, just to keep the relationship with the person. I had also got one of these products early on in my career. So the funda of this product was simple. I was supposed to pay 20,000 for 20 years. And the total, if you actually calculate the premiums, 20,000 for 20 years comes up to 4 lakh rupees. And after 20 years, I could get a return of 4 lakh 50,000. So it was like 50,000, interest over 4 lakh rupees, which is over a period of 20 years, mind you. So over 20 years, you're just getting 50,000 over 4 lakh rupees. Even if you keep an FD, you can get that amount, at least in India, much earlier. So the investment part was just a joke. But even if you think about the coverage that you were getting, 5 lakh in today's day and age in India gives the beneficiaries nothing if something happens to the policy owner. So overall, from both the angles, for the coverage or even from the point of view of investment, the products were a bad idea. Now, I do not want to generalize it here. There were very few products that I was aware of. The ones that were explained to me by the agents were not that great. Probably there are better options now, or they may not be. And since I don't deal with these products anymore, I do not know that information. Coming to the other type of insurance which was available in India, it was the term life insurance. So term life insurance idea was very simple. You are the policy owner, you name a beneficiary, you pay the premiums for a set coverage amount. Generally, people go for like 10 times their annual income if anything happened to them, right? And these premiums, you pay them, you never get them back. The premiums are limited and the coverage is pretty good. So this was the only other option that was available in India. But things, by the time I actually thought that I need to get a life insurance, I looked online for different quotes and also called these people. I think when I was looking around the 2017-18 time frame, for a 1 crore insurance, I was getting an annual premium of about 3,500 rupees. That was the norm at around that time, and these were, I think, the least amount of premiums for companies which had a very good claim settlement ratio. So for folks who don't know what claim settlement ratio is, it is the historical data of a company for how many claims they have actually paid out in reality for the premiums that were paid. So the claim settlement ratio of the companies which were very good, I only dealt with those companies. And what I saw was the premiums were pretty high in general. And for one company which I finalized, I forget which one it was, but I did call the agent and I checked with them regarding the terms and conditions. There was a term in the paper which said that I need to pass away in India for my beneficiaries to get the coverage amount. So obviously, after listening to that term, I just gave up on getting a life insurance in India. So that was the my story when it comes to life insurance in India, and also I just wanted to touch upon the products that were available in India as well. I felt that there were not many products and not many options either, not many good options. Now let's come to Canada. The countries like US and Canada run on insurance. Like every that you can think of, a home, you have a home insurance. You have a pet, you have a pet insurance. If you have a car, you have a car insurance. So that is there in India as well. But just to give you a picture, you can think of any item that you have, and that would have an associated insurance with it. And the insurances are pretty high in these countries. But what I generally see with people is people insure all the material things in their life. But then at the end of the day, you are an asset to your family. You are an income generating asset. I am an income generating asset to my family. So I need to make sure that my income generating capacity doesn't wear out and my family is not stranded when something happens to me. So, life insurance is supposed to be given the maximum priority when it comes to the wealth building exercise. So now let's look at what kind of insurances are available. I'm also going to touch upon in my later videos on, what kind of insurances you need to go for, how you can decide which insurance is the best option for you, and how you can select good insurance as well. So I'm also going to talk about the top 5 insurance companies in Canada. So do check out my future videos as well. So now coming back to the insurance options in Canada, we have something called term life insurance. Now, term life insurance is something that I explained earlier, the one that you had in India. You just need to understand the concept. You get a term insurance for a set period of time, say 20 years or 30 years. And this is the time when this is also the time which is the working years for a particular person. So during the working years, you have a mortgage to pay off, you have to take care of the education expenses for your children, you have to take care of any unexpected expenses that come for the home, you have to travel, and the responsibilities are a lot higher in your working years. So term insurance is taken to protect the income generation capacity for a family if something were to happen for the main breadwinner during his or her working years. So that comes to about 20 to 30 years generally. I don't see anyone doing term insurances for more than 30 years. Now let's look at the permanent insurance. Now, this is something as a concept I wasn't even aware of when I was in India, because India doesn't talk about permanent insurances. They do have this investment cum insurance options in LIC, but then the coverages are so low that, we don't get to see the real picture of how a permanent life insurance works. So permanent life insurance again has multiple types. We have the universal life insurance, we have the whole life insurance, but just as a concept, permanent means forever, right? So the idea of permanent insurance is to make sure you're covered for life. Now, most of the folks would have a question. Why would you want to be covered for life? Your major income generation years are while you're working, while you need to provide for your family, and once the children are out of the nest, once you're nearing retirement, why do you even need insurance? Now, this is where the reasoning behind why permanent insurance is famous in US and Canada comes in the picture. Here the reason is estate planning. So death taxes. Okay. Anyone who dies in especially the North American countries will have to pay taxes in the year they die. And in the year they die, all their assets come into their estate, and there is a probate process which happens to segregate which of their assets. It could be liquid assets, it could be real estate, it could be multiple, it could be even debts, right? All of that will come to their estate, and there is a probate process which happens through which you figure out how much taxes this dead person owes to the government. No one wants to pay taxes on death, of course. And if you want to leave a significant wealth to your family tax free, then permanent insurance is your answer. So, this insurance covers you for your entire life, for almost as long as you live. So, you can also think of it as a guaranteed coverage that goes to your beneficiaries, right? That's another thing. Now, for folks who do not think about insurance or don't like to think about insurance, mainly because they don't get to enjoy that money in their working years or in their retired years or basically while they're living, then permanent insurance actually fills that gap as well. In permanent insurance, you have an investment component, which again, I'm not going to go into the specific details of how the investment component is different for UL or whole life, but we have an investment component within the permanent insurance. You can think about those investments as what you would do in your otherwise mutual funds outside, right? Those are similar kind of investments that you can put within the insurance umbrella. So overall, this one could be used as a collateral, and you could get loans on this amount for during your retirement years or during your working years, or whenever you need it, you can use that money. And the best part about these investments are that they grow tax free. So again, as I mentioned in my previous video, the options for tax free investments are very, very limited in Canada. And life insurance is one major option through which people build their wealth, and they use their wealth not just in their retirement years, and also their working years. So these are the things that I wanted to talk about when it comes to life insurance in India versus Canada. In my next video, I'm going to touch upon what kind of life insurance is the right fit for you and whether you need insurance or not. So do stay tuned, and I hope you like the content of this video. If you did, please do click the like, share and subscribe button. And if you would also like to talk one-on-one further on this, I'm more than happy to chat further, and you could find my website details and contact details in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you all in the next video.